What is up, everybody? Quick Draw here, back with a video, and I decided to showcase what I got in my comic book collection. And I'm going to start off with my most favorite character in the X-Men, called Gambit. Let's check him out. Alright, if anybody watches my videos, everybody knows Gambit's my favorite freaking character. I'm thankfully Funko made some pops. I've been getting all those, but I started getting his comic books. I've been collecting on and off since at least 2013. About around the same time I started getting Funko Pops, because I started getting Funko Pops when I found out that they were making Walking Dead ones, and then I found out that Walking Dead also has comic books, so I started looking for Walking Dead comic books, and then years later I got so many different comic books, but a big part of my collection is Gambit books and X-Men. So we're not going to go over any of X-Men titles that have Gambit in it. We're just going to mostly Gambit solos and plus other books that Gambit's also in. So we're going to start off with this one. It's actually his first solo run. This is Gambit Volume One, they call it. This was made back in December of '93 to March '94. This is a 4-issue run. I have this one that JB from Discovery Bay sent me. I just kept it inside this thing. It's Marvel's Greatest Collector's Pack. There's 4 books in here. I decided to keep it in there, but I do have them out of. This is like one of the first Gambit comic books I actually got. These are not very expensive, and for any Gambit fans, this is pretty much a good book to get, since it gives them a good backstory. But here's number 1. There's a nice cover of Gambit on there. Here's number 2. If everybody reads this knows Gambit. He's actually been married to a woman called Belladonna, and her father is head of the Assassin's Guild. Now the writer was Howard Mackey, and I guess the artist was Lee Weeks that did these. This is actually Belladonna's brother. He hates Gambit. And here's number 4. Pretty cool cover, pretty cool. Alright, that was Volume 1. Next up we have Gambit Volume 2. You see I still got the sticker on there. I think I picked this up at a little comic book convention type thing. Or there's a bunch of vendors, they're selling their comic books, and I found this. I found all 4 of them there. This is a 4-run set that ran from September of '97 to December of '97, and again, Howard Mackey written this one, and the artist this time was Klaus Janson. I think I'm saying that right. But here's number 1. We got Gambit here. Sinister Redemption. Anybody a Gambit fan knows that Mr. Sinister played a big part in Gambit's life. There's the 2nd issue, number 2. Here's number 3. And number 4. Alright, next up we have Gambit Volume 3. This one actually ran pretty much a whole year. This is from February of '99 to February of 2000. Actually, 2 years. This is a 2-year run. In February of 2001. This is a 25-issue set. This time the writer is Fabian Nicieza. I can't say that dude's last name, but Fabian, and the artist was Steve Scroce. This one also had a bunch of variant covers. Here's a variant cover of number 1. I think this might be the regular cover, actually. I know this one is a variant of number 1. I don't like how Gambit's really drawn on this one, but I picked it up anyway. Here's another variant of number 1. It's almost like a sketch type. Now here's a number 2 with guest starring Storm. Storm is the one that brought Gambit into the X-Men. Here's another number 2. This might be the variant, or the other one's the variant, I don't know. And we got Storm there again with Gambit. Here's number 3. Number 4. And look, this one is actually Gambit, and guess who's fighting him? Blade. There's number 5. We got Rogue making an appearance in this book. We got number 6. This one's crazy looking. We got number 7. Now I'm missing a couple of them out of this run, but here's number 11, and we got Daredevil there. Number 13. Number 15. Sexy Rogue. Number 16. And number 20. So I'm missing a few, but I'll get them eventually. Alright, now here's volume 5. I skipped over volume 4 because I have no volume 4 of Gambit. I gotta look for those, but I did get some volume 5. This one ran between 2012 and 2013. This is a 17 issue set. The writer was James Asmus, and artist was Clay Mann. As you can see up top of here, Asmus and Mann, they did a lot of art in this one, and the writer is number 1. It's like a newer style of Gambit here. His suit definitely changed. But there's number 1. Here's a number 2. This one, I think it goes back to more being like a thief. He steals for money, I guess. High clientele is number 3. Number 4. There's number 5. There's a number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. He's almost like a James Bond type of guy, I guess, in this books. Like a 007, but he just steals a lot. And number 11. I am missing a few in this one. I'll have to finish it up, but I like this cover because, of course, you got Rogue. Alright, next up, we got some annuals, some Gambit annuals. This is a annual from '99. It's pretty cool. Got an annual from 2000. Looks like we got Worthington here, Archangel. And then we got some what ifs. I like these what ifs. And here's another what if. Alright, next we have Gambit and the Externals. This is pretty much near the what they call it, the Age of Apocalypse. This is an Apocalypse suit. This is a 4-issue run, and it was made back in '95. And Fabian came back to write this one, and there was 2 artists working on this one. The first 2 issues was done by Tony S. Daniel, and the last 2 was done by Salvador. But here's a number 1. Now, number 1 does have some variant covers. I don't have them. There's number 2, so you got the Age of Apocalypse. Number 3. And number 4. Alright, next up is we got a Deadpool V Gambit. V is for Versus. This is a number 3. This is actually a 5-issue run, I believe. Yeah, there's 5 issues to this run. Yeah, the writer was Ben Acker with Danilo Beirut as the artist on this one. I do have a variant of a number 1. I can't find it right now. It's in a pile somewheres. It's actually the Kissing Booth's variant. I'll put a picture of it right here. But I do got a number 3 here. I still gotta find the rest of them so I can actually read this book. Alright, next up we have a recently newer comic book. This is Mr. and Mrs. X. This is when Gambit actually marries Rogue. This was actually written by Kelly Thompson, and the artist is Oscar Baslador. I don't know how to say that dude's last name. Sorry, I butchered it. I'm missing 2 issues out of this 12-issue run. Of course, number 1 has a ton of freaking variant covers. But I just got the regular cover here of number 1. And we got number 2 here. Deadpool does make a cameo in here. Pretty fun. There's number 3. Number 4. Number 5. And number 6. Now this actually ended the run, the 6-issue run. And then this next will start the next run, which was number 7. I don't have number 7. I gotta find it so I can actually read this storyline. So here's number 8. Then we got number 9. This is crazy. He's got a bunch of different rogues. Savage Land Rogue. Hot. There's number 10. With the Mojo. And number 11. So all I need is actually issue 7 and 12, and it'll complete this whole little series here. Alright, next up is we got a Wolverine and Gambit Victims. This was actually a 4-issue run back in '95. Writer was Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. This is actually number 4. I need to get 1, 2, and 3 so I can actually read this one. But it's pretty cool. We got Gambit and Wolverine here. Last up, here we got a recent pickup. I just picked this up last week. Rogue and Gambit. This is actually a 5-issue. I have 2, 3, and 5. I need 1 and 4 so I can complete the set and actually read it. This was back in 2018, and of course Kelly Thompson wrote this, so it must be good since they brought her back for the Mr. and Mrs. X, and I believe the artist was Pierre Perez. Here's a number 2. They got Gambit in his it looks like the blue and gold Xmen suit. There's number 3. And number 5. Smoochies. Alright guys, I appreciate you guys watching this video. I I think the next one I'm going to do is go through all my actual X-Men books I have. I just got this one here as a recent picks up of X-Men Gold. I only picked it up because it got my dude on the front of the cover. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like, leave down a comment, and yeah, until next time, I'll see you later. Peace. Choose for yourself.